You are probably spending hours every week trying to keep up with the latest AI tools. You watch the tutorials, you buy the courses, and you try to patch up every weakness in your workflow. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Your core problem isn't a lack of skills. It is a lack of identity. While you are frantically hoarding new capabilities, the real crisis has already arrived. Skills are being mass-commoditized. The only premium left for humans in this era is identity sovereignty. Without a clear identity, the more skills you acquire, the more distorted your actions become. Let me give you a real example. Just recently, a cross-border e-commerce founder sat across from me, looking utterly exhausted. He opened his phone and showed me the 7 or 8 learning groups he had recently joined. There were groups teaching mid-journey illustration, explaining automated workflows, and specifically breaking down viral short video scripts. He was sleeping less than 5 hours a night, aggressively pushing his team to implement all these new tools. The result? Last month's profits actually dropped by 15%. His immediate reaction was to blame himself and his team. He thought they just didn't have enough skills, that they hadn't fully mastered AI yet. This is an incredibly common, yet dangerous, illusion. You think you are shoring up your weaknesses, but in reality, you are taking your once-focused energy and spreading it thin across a bottomless pit. When a founder or a professional falls into the "I want it all" trap, wanting to try every new tool and dominate every new channel, their strategic execution inevitably breaks down. Today, you ask your team for meticulously crafted, artisanal content. Tomorrow, you demand AI-generated mass distribution. The team doesn't know which directive to follow, what the actual standard is, and ultimately, they just go through the motions to survive the whiplash. We have to face the reality of today's market. Coding, design, and data analysis. These were skill moats that once took years of intense study to build. Today, they are being wholesaled by the pound by various AI agents. The technical skills you spent thousands of dollars on boot camps to learn can now be replicated to an 80% proficiency by someone spending $20 on a monthly subscription. With the complete disappearance of these traditional skill barriers, simply competing on what I know how to do is no longer a winning strategy. It is a race to the bottom. Look at the mid-level managers coming out of big tech. Many of them fall into extreme panic after turning 35. They step out of their corporate bubbles and suddenly realize that the project management frameworks or presentation skills they once took immense pride in are completely worthless once they leave their cubicles. But if you look closely, the root of this panic isn't skill obsolescence at all. It is the loss of identity. In the past, their entire identity was director at a big tech company. Now that the label has been ripped off, they have absolutely no idea who they are or what value they inherently provide. This brings us to the most critical realization for the AI era. Identity precedes ability. If you don't know who you are, what you fiercely defend, and what you absolutely refuse to do, your abilities become incredibly dangerous. In fact, the stronger your skills, the faster you veer off your main course. Think of it like a ship without a set destination. Upgrading to a more powerful engine doesn't help you reach a port. It only makes you spin blindly in the ocean, burning fuel for absolutely nothing. In an age where execution is cheap, the only premium left is identity sovereignty. It is time to step off the hamster wheel of the harder you work, the more anxious you get. Stop agonizing over the update logs of every new tool that pops up on your screen. Mute those fear-mongering news groups that tell you you're falling behind. Take out a blank piece of paper and write down the core identity coordinates for you and your business right now. Only by nailing down these exact coordinates can you determine which skills are actual weapons and which are just heavy baggage dragging you down. Find your coordinates and reclaim your sovereignty.